What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to give my prediction for the Clemson Tigers versus the South Carolina Gamecocks. But if you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And by doing so, it greatly helps out my channel and it helps me grow as a content creator. This is going to be an interesting matchup, and I can't wait to watch it, guys. You have a team in Clemson that's currently 10-1 right now, and they're playing for a playoff spot potentially. And they have head coach Dabo Swinney. He's done a phenomenal job over there at Clemson. And at quarterback, they have DJ Uiagalelei, a guy that's been playing up and down, this season. And you have South Carolina, a team that's coming off a huge victory against the number 5 Tennessee Volunteers. And they have Spencer Rattler. And I'm just, read off the stats for both, quarterbacks. I'm going to start with DJ Uiagalelei. He's thrown for 2,406 yards with 21 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. This is a guy that's been up and down this season. Early on in the season, he struggled, and he struggled last season, and he just couldn't get his footing down. And he's done a lot better during this season and gotten progressively better. And like I said, this is a guy coming out of high school. He thought he was going to, light up the, stat boards and stuff like that, but hasn't been consistent. But he's doing a heck of a job right now, and he's leading Clemson and getting victories. And but they do have a backup quarterback in Cade Klubnik that definitely can come in and pick up, and bring a spark to the offense. But DJ is doing a heck of a job right now. Like I said, he's getting progressively better, and he's been doing a good job, and now they're playing for potentially getting the playoffs. So all they have to do now is just continue to win, and they'll get, probably be in the conversation for the playoffs. Then you have Spencer Rattler, a guy coming from Oklahoma, very, very good freshman quarterback, and he finally transferred to South Carolina. And another quarterback that's been up and down. He's thrown for 2,420 yards with 14 touchdowns with 9 interceptions. Like I said, just up and down. You never know which Spencer Rattler you're going to get. But coming off a phenomenal day, passing the ball against the number 5 Tennessee Volunteers. And like I said, I'm going to read off the stats for that game. He was able to get 438 yards for 6 touchdowns, guys. He just completely woke up, looked really, really good. Tennessee's secondary has been, questionable all season, and he definitely took advantage of their secondary, and he had a great day passing the ball. But with that being said, I'm going to go into what also helped, South Carolina be able to do what they did offensively. Of course, they was able to run the ball. Now, South Carolina has Marshawn Lloyd. This is a guy that's ran for 556 yards and 9 touchdowns. He's battling an injury right now. He's going to be questionable for this game. He's definitely their number 1 running back. But South Carolina was able to run the ball effectively against Tennessee. A Tennessee front is really, really good at stopping the run. And but with Marshawn Lloyd, being questionable, if he's not able to go, I expect, South Carolina to go with Jaheim Bell, the tight end. He's able to run the ball as well. And he was able to run for, he had 82 yards last game. He didn't record a touchdown, rushing the ball, but he was able to get 2 passing touchdowns. He had 39 yards with 2 touchdowns against, Tennessee secondary. So he also can, play out the background, so out the backfield. So, like I said, he got 82 yards out the backfield. So that'll be a guy I think, South Carolina will try to lean on if Marshawn Lloyd is not able to go. But they definitely have some guys. Now, Clemson has Will Shipley. This is a great running back as well. He has 960 yards for 13 touchdowns. Really, really good running back for Clemson. And I expect Clemson to try to establish the run game against South Carolina's defense. South Carolina doesn't have the greatest defense, but so I expect Clemson to be able to get some yards against South Carolina's defense. Also, South Carolina has Antoine Wells Jr. He has 767 yards with 4 touchdowns. Really, really good receiving. Not quarterback, but wide receiver. A really, really good player. And Clemson has Antonio Williams, and he has 506 yards for 3 touchdowns. So both of these teams, have some guys at the skill positions, and like I said, it's going to come down to both quarterbacks, making plays and stuff like that, and it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to watch this game. Points per game, South Carolina is averaging 31.7 points per game. Clemson is averaging 34.7 points per game. So a slight advantage for Clemson, but they're, right there neck and neck with each other, points per game. Points allowed per game, South Carolina is allowing 27.3. Clemson is allowing 20.0. Clemson has the advantage defensively. Total yards, South Carolina is giving 378 yards per game, and Clemson is giving 412.6 yards per game. So South Carolina, if you were to break that down, they're getting 248 through the air. They're getting 129 on the ground. You would like that, 129 yards on the ground. You want to hit that sweet spot of 150 rushing yards per game. So getting Marshawn Lloyd, if he can play, it'll be beneficial for South Carolina's offense to continue to be a well-oiled machine against this great, Clemson defense that they're going to go against. Clemson, they're averaging 228 through the air, and they're getting 184 on the ground. Like I said, Will Shipley is eating. He's getting his yards, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this matchup. Yards allowed, South Carolina is allowing 397 yards per game. Clemson is only allowing 318.7 a game. So South Carolina is allowing 208 through the air and 188 on the ground. Like I said, they're going to have to be able to stop this rushing attack from Will Shipley. And Clemson is allowing 214 yards passing, and they're allowing 104 on the ground. This Clemson defense is really, really stout. They're really, really good on the D-line, and their secondary is really, really good. Just all across the board. Clemson has the better defense, but I think South Carolina has the better offense. So it's going to be a fun matchup, guys. Like I said, South Carolina coming off a huge victory against Tennessee, the number 5 team in the country. This was a Tennessee team that was potentially could have gotten the playoffs. They're sitting right at number 5, and they probably would have been in the playoffs, guys, because we all knew Ohio State and Michigan was the number 2 and number 3. With this victory, if Tennessee had won out, they would have definitely probably made the playoffs. So they was able to upset a great Tennessee team. Clemson, they're coming off a victory against a Miami team. Miami's not really that good this season. Tyler Van Dyke has been struggling this season, and he definitely didn't show up in the last matchup against Clemson. But both teams, South Carolina has shocked some people this season. They finally beat Texas A&M, since they joined the conference, and beat them 30-24. South Carolina beat Vanderbilt 38-27, a Vanderbilt team that's greatly improved from what they used to be. South Carolina lost to Missouri. Missouri is a scrappy team, but offense just didn't show up that game. Then they lost to Florida, a head scratcher, the week prior to Tennessee, 38-6. Like the offense just went away. And I'm gonna get into that, the losses. And like I said, Clemson beat Louisville. Clemson, a team, lost to Notre Dame, 35-14. That shocked a lot of people, And we're gonna find out that, will it really affect, Clemson getting into the playoffs, losing to Notre Dame, but had some close victories against 34-28 against Florida State. Then they beat number 4 Syracuse team 27-21. Syracuse was playing really well as well. So both teams got some good wins on their record, considering for good wins for their programs. And I'm looking at the spread for the game. It's minus 14.5 for Clemson. If I'm not mistaken, this game is going to be played at Clemson's stadium. And if I had to give my prediction for the game, I'm picking Clemson to win this game. And I wrote down the score. I have Clemson winning 35-20. And my reason behind that is, even though South Carolina is coming off a great game against a Tennessee, number 5 Tennessee team, Tennessee's defense is not one of the greatest defenses in the country. They have a stout defensive front, but they're not good in the secondary. And Clemson is good up front and has a great secondary. Clemson, like I said, are holding teams to 20 points per game. That's an elite defense, guys. And Clemson has some dogs on the D line and in the secondary. And I think that's going to be the difference in the game. South Carolina, their losses, they lost to Missouri. Missouri is really, really scrappy on defense. Florida really is not good defensively, but they're a better defense than, in my opinion, than Tennessee's defense. And it seems like South Carolina struggles with good defense. And, of course, South Carolina got blowed out early on in the season to a great Georgia team. Georgia has probably the best defense in the country. So whenever South Carolina played against a great defense, their offense sputtered. And Clemson has a great defense, and their offense is really good. So I'm picking Clemson to win this game. And like I said, 35-20. I think it's right there at the spread, just 1 point over the spread, at minus 14.5. I think, like I said, Clemson has potential playoff spot on the line, and I think they're going to come out and get the victory. And I think South Carolina's going to take this loss. But this game is a rivalry game. It can go either way. South Carolina might come out on fire, but I'm going to take Clemson to win this game. But what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And once again, guys, if you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll definitely be back with more college football content. Thanks, guys, and roll tide.